All righty. So what I heard this billionaire say, he says, hey, listen, if you want to get wealthy, identify where the masses are going and get there first. Well, guess what? In the 90s, people were going to the internet, but nobody knew about it. People with vision knew that that was happening, right? Right now, where are we going? We're going renewable energy. Electric vehicles and solar panels are in our future. So wouldn't it make sense to get involved in a business and in an industry that the masses around the world are going to need? They're going there and it's inevitable. Well, that's exactly what we've got. So timing, I learned a long time ago that the T in timing is far more important than the T in talent. And that's very, very true, because no matter what, if you're the most experienced or the best salesperson in the world with the most influence in the world, but you're selling beepers and pagers these days, you wouldn't make a lot of money. So I'm going to share with you guys something that's very, very powerful. I did get to 2021. I was fortunate enough to be named the #1 mentor in Powur Energy. And I was also, I was also named the #1 team builder in the entire company. So now we've got hundreds of people between ambassadors and between consultants. We've got over 1,000 people in our sales organization. So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to be very precise here. We're going to be right down to the point, and we're going to share with you guys some powerful information. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to share with you guys what we're talking about here when it comes to the Powur opportunity. So first and foremost, welcome to Powur. Okay, let me move this here out the way. So first and foremost, welcome to Powur. I'm excited to have you guys here. And Powur is actually the fastest growing solar company in America. Here's a couple of facts about our company. We were actually, in 2020, we were number 900. We were number 938 fastest growing companies in America. Then 2021, we were number 61 fastest growing companies in America. Out of all companies in America, 2020 and 2021, we made the list. Last year, 2021, we were the 61 fastest growing company in America. No other solar company made that list. Neither of the years. So that says something. There's a reason why we are doing what we're doing. We're going to get into it. We're going to show you guys here why we are where we are. So first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, let me move this out the way here. Here's a couple of things that we're going to cover in this presentation today. Number one, we're going to cover who we are. Number two, we're going to cover our economic model. And number three, we're going to cover our solutions. Okay. And then finally, we're going to show you how to take part in what we've got going on. But before we get into that, here's what I want to bring up. By the age of 25, there was a study that was done, and this shocked me here, right? And this is all the more reason why doing business, getting involved in business, having my own business for me was a very big deal. There was a study done at a university. They followed 100 college graduates, university graduates, to find out where they would end up by the age of 65. To their surprise, 1% ended up wealthy. When I ask this question, and I don't show the numbers, I ask people, hey, what would you guess out of 100 graduates from a university, what percentage ended up wealthy? The number is always higher than 1%. Probably on average, they say 10%. Okay. 4% ended up financially independent. This simply means that they are not dependent on the government or on family to take care of them. They're okay. Okay. 5% ended up dead. Nothing we can do about that, right? When it's our time to go, it's our time to go. 36%, however, were still working by the age of 65. 36%. My question to you guys, and you can share on the chat, do you think that that's a problem? That by the age of 65, 36% of university graduates were still working. And 54% were dependent on government or family. Now, we're talking about what most would consider the cream of the crop. 1% wealthy, 4% financially independent. So 5% of people ended up okay. The rest of the people not so good. So what can we do to change that? Well, that is one of the reasons why I am personally involved with what we've got going on here. So let me share something. Buckminster Fuller said, to change things, do not try to fight the existing reality, but rather build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. What we have done is that we have built a model for the solar industry that makes the old model obsolete, because you don't have to be a sales professional. You don't have to have sales experience, and many other things that we're going to get into. The fact that we sell solar from home via Zoom, the way that we're doing it like this. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got people that are selling 2, 3, 4, up to 5 sales in one day via Zoom, and our average commission is $7,000. So you do the math. That's a pretty good year that day. Now, am I saying that everybody does that? Absolutely not. I am not saying or hinting that everybody does that. It's a select few people. As a matter of fact, the gentleman that has done that is a gentleman that introduced me. Luis Perez, on his best day, closed 5 deals in one day. We're going to show you here how that's possible. So before we go, I'd like to share a video that is our economic model. As a matter of fact, before I do that, I want to make sure that I'm sharing the audio. So I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, 1 second. Let me share sound. Great. I want to make sure that I'm sharing the audio. Okay, great. I'm going to play a video for you guys. It's a couple of minutes long. Then I'm going to come back and we're going to close this off. 1 second here.
When we started Powur, we were looking at all of the ways that we could really help solve the challenges inside of solar. And it became super clear to us really quickly that the challenge that needs to be solved in solar energy today is customer acquisition. We've got the technologies. We have all the tools. We have the workforce. We could be installing as much solar energy as you can imagine right now. What's missing is the customer adoption. It's the societal adoption. And that's why we built the first model in the world to pay the people who solve the biggest challenge in solar the most. And that's you.
Your decision to be part of the future of solar and renewable energy really comes down to a choice of 2 pathways. An outdated get a job, work for a company model where you go to work for a solar company. Maybe you might even receive some leads that are often sold to multiple companies. The commissions are often equivalent to solar minimum wage. There is little chance for personal or professional growth, and there are often geographical boundaries. There's nothing scalable about the technology, and nothing to secure your personal or economic future. It's a job, plain and simple. That simply doesn't work or make sense in today's world. Not in the new and thriving platform economy of today.
We live in the age of platforms. Uber did not become the largest ride-sharing company on earth because they went out and they bought millions of taxis and hired millions of drivers. They created a platform that allowed anyone to share a ride with anyone else through their app, and they crowdsourced it. Real estate, the old way was you walk into Prudential, there's an agent there paying $500 a month for their desk or whatever it is, and that's how real estate was done, right? The new way is EXP. It's a totally virtual brokerage platform that allows any real estate agent to sign up and offer real estate anywhere in the world that EXP operates in with the biggest commissions. And they became the fastest growing real estate company in the world. Let's look at the old way of doing solar and the new way of doing solar with the Powur model. The old way was you went to work for a solar company. So you basically had a job or you worked for a dealer somewhere and you earn money in one way and one way only when you sell. And fundamentally, you are a local or regional construction company of some kind. That's the old way. Now let's look at the Powur way. We have a cloud-based virtual platform that allows you to work from anywhere and sell solar to anywhere as long as you have access to your iPhone, right? You get 4 different methods for earning. You have the biggest commissions in the industry instead of the littlest, because the majority of revenue gets shared with you through this platform-based model. You have 3 other ways to earn: passive, mentorship, and equity. You have a scalable technology platform, so everything's under one roof, and we're decentralizing and crowdsourcing the fulfillment and the customer acquisition, so we don't have the barriers to scale that the predecessors had in the past.
If you're looking at solar, you may not be aware of how incredible this opportunity is. There are 130 million homes that are plugged into what we know as the dirty energy grid. 90 million of those homes are eligible for solar, and at this point, a little over 3.5 million have actually made the transition to solar. So you're looking at a virtually untapped industry as we know it today. So let's talk about what's happening in the industry itself. What's driving it is the homeowner can go solar with absolutely nothing out of pocket, 0 out of pocket. They increase the value of their home by 4 to 6%. And they are going to lock in the cost of their energy, so they never have to worry about the rising cost of energy again from the energy that we're producing from their panels. There has never been a product or service in my career that I could say does that much good, creates so much impact, and makes you great income at the same time. And how we make income is by having access to something called cost of goods. Cost of goods is a new term to many of us, and the best way to compare it is it's wholesale versus retail. You get access to the wholesale cost, you sell it at retail, and then you rev share with Powur. So in this particular example, the wholesale cost was $17,500. It was sold for $35,000. And there were some adders such as financing and electrical work that was done. But the net revenue was $10,500. Now, in a traditional solar company, a consultant would get 20 to 30% of that number, somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 commission. Great commission for what you do. Powur looked at this and said, now, we're going to change the industry. We're going to turn it upside down. We are going to reinvent it. And that's what Powur has done. And they give you, the consultant, 70% of the net revenue. Who is the most important person? That's you, the consultant. You generate the lead, you generate the contract, and Powur takes it from there. The most important thing to look at is who received the lion's share of the revenue? You. And you compare that to the traditional company who would pay $2,000 to $3,000. Powur pays over $7,000 on average, and that is over double what most traditional companies pay. You can sell in all of the states in which we have coverage, and all of that is managed for you through the back office in Powur. They also handle the accounting, all of the operations, everything that's necessary, and then pay you for every single deal, every single day.
My team provides all the support you need to present your solar proposals and get your documents signed easier than any other solution in the industry. The Powur solution makes it so simple to get a proposal. Within minutes of entering a lead into our system, you have a dynamic proposal back, all under one platform. The proposal allows you to control how many panels go on your customer's home, change equipment, control their energy offset, adjust your commission, margin, any adders required for the job. Plus, you get to qualify all of your customers for financing and issue them final loan docs to sign within minutes. You have a dedicated sales support team to assist you in signing every customer, and once your customers are signed, you have a dedicated project manager to assist you and your customer along every step of the way, all the way to installation. I've worked at so many of the biggest solar companies in the industry for the past decade, and I swear I've never seen a platform like Powur where it's easy to sell, you get paid as much as you do, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
This is your chance to join the most disruptive platform that has entered into the solar industry in over a decade and really participate and reap the rewards. Join us. This is the time.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this here. So I'm gonna break down the economic model a little bit more. Okay, so let's go past this here. I'm going to break down the 70-30 split and the 6 levels of pay that doesn't break down in the video. And we're going to wrap this up right after that. So let's get a little bit more into detail, especially for people that don't understand solar that much. It throws them off. So I like to elaborate on it a little bit more. So we work on a cost of goods model. As you can see on the screen here, it says COGS model. That COGS stands for cost of goods. So let's take, for example, you help a homeowner. I live in California. If I have a homeowner that has a $200 average bill and I help them go down to $100, I'm saving them $1,200 a year with zero out of pocket, okay? I get paid an average of $7,000 for doing that. So let's say, for example, that job for me, my cost was $20,000, but I sold it for $30,000. The difference between wholesale and the sold price is $10,000. Well, 70% of that is my commission. Keep in mind, it's a bill the customer already has. They've always had this bill. They will always have it. And every year it will go up more and more and more. So it's the only sale that I could think of. This is what drove me crazy when I saw this. I said, this is a bill that they're always going to have. It's always going to go up. It's the only sale that we can make to somebody where by making the purchase, they get wealthier. They build their wealth. They keep more money in their pocket. It's not like I'm selling them an additional expense where more money is going to leave their household. And I'm going to get paid $7,000 on average for doing this. And here's a beautiful thing. We teach you how to go out there and find these customers. We teach you how to talk to people that you know, how to do it through networking, how to do it through leads. We teach you how to go and get 3 steps. Get the interest, get the bill, get the appointment. Then a qualified mentor will help close that sale for you. Okay, and I'm going to get into how this works here. So that leads us into the mentor program. We've got right now a little bit over 300 mentors in the entire company. The mentors are the ones that help the new people close their first 3 sales. Everybody has to do 3 50-50 split sales. That means that if the average commission is $7,000, if you're the consultant, 50% of that equals $3,500 for you. 50% equals $3,500 for the mentor. Why? Because they mentored you on the program. They close a sale. You simply got the interest, got the appointment, and got the bill, right? Excuse me, you got the interest, you got the bill, and you got the appointment. When the appointment is set, the professional presents for you. They make the sale for you. And when they go out there and make the sale for you, you're learning, you get half of the commission, which is, in this scenario, $3,500. Okay. Now, once you do 3 sales on your own, you don't have to use a mentor anymore. Excuse me. Once you do 3 mentor sales, right? 3 50-50 split sales, you no longer have to do mentor sales. You don't need anybody's help to help you close those sales. You need it for 3. If you are a solar pro, you do not need to do 3 mentor sales. You need to do 1. Okay. So here's what happens. Well, JC, here was my question when I was new. What do I have to do to become a mentor? Because it seems like there's great money when you become a mentor. Once you do 3 mentor sales and 5 additional sales on your own, you can take a test with the company to become a mentor. Now you can close 50-50 split sales for anybody in the entire company. So I'm going to get into how the mentor program works right now. So let's say, for example, you get to the mentor position. Let's say you help 17 members. 17 members close their first 3 sales. Remember, all of the training is provided. We have ongoing training. All of this training is provided. So let's say you help 7, whether they're a part of your team or not. They do not have to be a part of your team. They do not have to be a part of your sales organization. But let's say they are. I'm a big fan of team building. I have the fastest growing team in the entire company because I believe in this model. So in this scenario, you help 7 team members close their first 3 sales. That's 21 sales. 21 sales at $3,500. Well, that's $73,500 in commissions and mentor commissions. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not pie in the sky. This is stuff that people that are on this call right now, on this Zoom right now, that are actually doing this, right? Now, you have to get to mentor, right? And the beautiful thing is once you get to mentor, you do not even have to have a team. Recruiting is not a requirement with Powur. You could choose to come in here and sell solar, whether on a part-time basis or on a full-time basis or on a big-time basis. And when you do, if people like your style, and they want to use you because you're a good salesperson, because you're professional, they can assign you mentor sales and you make 50% of commission. And 7,000 is only the average. I closed one on Super Bowl Sunday. It was an $18,000 commission, a little over $18,000, and we each split about $9,000. Okay, so this is just, you know, the averages that we're talking about. Now, here's the deal. Remember we talked about this. We talked about the split. Your wholesale cost is $20,000. You sell it for $30,000. That means that you sold it $10,000 above wholesale. You kept 70%, which is $7,000. The question is, what happens to the other $3,000? Powur takes that. Now, if Powur took those $3,000 and that was it, that'd be awesome. But guess what? It doesn't stop there. Powur doesn't even keep all of the $10,000. No, here's what Powur does. Half of that they pay in team commissions. So let's get into the team commissions. $3,000, we're taking the $3,000 example, right? So the $3,000 example, $1,500 of that is paid in team commissions. The person, let's say, for example, you introduced me. I closed a sale, made $7,000 on average. The company kept $3,000. 20% of the $3,000 goes to you because you introduced me to the company. So you would make a $600 override. The person that invited you would make a 10% override, which is in this example, $300. And the 4 people above that person would make 5%, which equals $150. If you add that up, 600 plus 300 plus 150 4 times, that equals 1,500. So let's give you a hypothetical example. What if Joe Smith gets started with Powur, sees a vision, says, hey, I want to build a team. I want to get to mentor. I want to sell some solar, and I want to build a team. Joe goes out there and introduces 10 people to the company. 10. Doesn't go crazy. 10. I introduced 67 last year just last year alone. But Joe introduces 10. Those 10 introduce 2. So they don't do what Joe did. And remember, building a team is completely optional. But they introduce 2. That's 20 on level 2. And it duplicates. Those 20 introduce 2. By level 6, you've got 320 people in your organization. If all of these people did 1 sale per month, your override income in the 6 tiers of compensation would be $1.2 million in commissions. This is with you making no sales. You are not making personal sales. You are not even making personal mentor sales. This is your team's sales paying you 6 levels deep. Now, let's say, for example, you got it 90% wrong. This is always the way that I look at this. What if 90% went wrong? I only accomplished 10% of this. I'm still making, in this scenario, $120,000 per year passive residual income off of the efforts of other people, right? That blew my mind. One of the first billionaires in America has a famous quote. He said, I would rather make 1% off of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own efforts. That's what we're talking about here. So you can get started and make some great money off your own efforts. If you want to build a passive income, completely optional. It's not a requirement. We do not even get paid for recruiting. We only get paid if solar is sold. This is not an MLM where you get paid for recruiting a bunch of people. If you recruit 1 million people and they do 0 sales, you make $0. This is not an MLM. Nothing against MLM, but this is not what this is. However, if you build a team and they make sales, you will get paid these override commissions, okay? So let's keep moving forward. We're about to wrap this up. In addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, the company has a equity ownership plan. We are going public in the next 2 years. Here's what that means. We're already the fastest growing company in America and quite possibly the fastest growing company in the world in a booming industry that's only going to increase. By the way, we also get paid on roofs. Solar and roofs is just part of what we get paid on. Wait till you hear some of the plans that the company is bringing on board on what else we're going to get paid on. Anyways, your very first install, you get 25 options. The first install of anybody that you introduce, you earn 12 options. So they earn their 25 options on their first install, but because you introduced them, you earn 12. Yearly performance goals. If you go out there and you get 25 installs in a year, that's 250 additional options. And if you get 50 installs in a year, that's an additional 1,250 additional options. Now, some of you guys may be familiar, some of you guys may not. There's a company out there, the fastest growing real estate company in the world. It's called eXp Realty. They came out with this model in 2008. They're the only real estate company that I know that has real estate agents literally making $1 million a month in override income because of the team they built, because they have this exact model. And they went public, and their stock has performed phenomenally well. We are the eXp Realty equivalent of the solar industry. The difference is that we are the equivalent to eXp Realty back in 2010. You are looking at this at a very, very early stage. The opportunity today is significantly better than it's going to be in the future, right? So in addition to that, you get discounted options. If you decide to go, when Powur goes public, you have the option to purchase discounted options as well. So let's wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. What does it take to get started with Powur? We are not looking to hire people to be sales people for solar. Here's what we're looking to do. We put people to be their own franchise. So we're not a franchise. The way I look at this is my solar franchise because I have a nationwide dealer, a nationwide solar brokerage. There's a one-time $99 setup fee, okay, and $49 per month. Your overhead for your CRM, for your website, for the mentor program, and everything that we've talked about, the university, all the training and support, your own project management is $49 per month. So month one, you're looking at $148. You pay the $99 setup fee plus $49. Guess what? The person that introduced you makes exactly $0 off of the $99 or the $49. We do not make a dime on that. We get paid if we help you get paid. It's a very simple concept. So $148 month one, after that is $49 per month. We'll plug you into the corporate training. We will plug you into our team's training. We have our own training academy. We will show you how to be successful if you want to be successful. So whenever we do one of these presentations, ladies and gentlemen, there's always three kinds of people. For A, B, and C. The A person is somebody who says, hey, listen, I'm interested. I want to be an ambassador. An ambassador is somebody that they sign up for free and they make $1,000 for any referral that they refer. If you refer somebody to the company, you'll make $1,000 for that referral, okay, when they go solar. That's an A. The B person, somebody says, hey, listen, I like the business. Get me started. I want to open up my own solar brokerage, my own solar business. Even if it's a part-time thing, we've got a lot of roofers, realtors, tax preparers, all kinds of professionals that have this as an additional stream of income. The person that invited you will send you their link so you can go ahead and sign up. And the third person is a C. The third person, somebody says, hey, listen, I want to be a customer. That's what C stands for. How do I get a proposal? The person that invited you will show you how to get your own solar savings report and how to see the benefits, how much money you're going to save by going solar. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we like to keep the presentations here short. Get together with the person that invited you and share this information with you. And I'll see you guys at the top or from the top. Take care.
Have a good night, guys.